Hello, I'm Damian Barrett and welcome to the 2018 Wash Up for the North Melbourne Football Club, brought to you by Karcher. Callum Twomey and Matthew Lloyd are here. And Cal, they surprised many by being in the top 8 for the majority of the season. Does it earn them a pass for the year?
Absolutely, Damo. They were terrific. I thought they exceeded expectations from everyone on this panel, I think, and most people in the footy world to be in the reckoning for the 8 for most of the season, and they made themselves an attractive place to go now. So I think on that front, a really positive season.
There's a wealth of highlights from which to choose, Lloydie, in 2018 for the Roos.
Yeah, and mine is Majak Dor. What a back half to the season he had, and I always thought, will he be a stopping defender? But to take it to a new level where he become one of the best intercept marks in the game in that last 4 or 5 weeks. There was the Alir game where he marked everything. There was this against the Giants, and in Adelaide, where they had a pretty disappointing game, the second last game, he just marked everything.
And he can still go forward too when he called upon. So, look, a really positive season for him. And look, his career was in a little bit of jeopardy at the start of the season, where he was going to fit in and how he was going to go. But look, he still shows that athleticism and pace. So he's a really positive story to come out of the Roos.
Do you leave him down back?
Yeah, that's his spot. I think it comes to him. He doesn't have to make the play, and he was consistently in their best 3 players, which is a credit to him.
They kept themselves in the games, didn't they, against even the very good teams. This one was against one of the lower teams in the year, but you can see the time and you can see where they needed to bring the ball from toward their goal line. And everything had to go right at this moment in round 14, as it was against the Bulldogs. And they even botched a few little kicks here. Goldsleeve doesn't hit the target. Higgins doesn't quite hit his man, but the creativity of the stream of players, and this toe poke's nearly as good as Matty Scarlett's, Lloydie, across to Zeeble there, and you can see the time and you can see the reaction. Jared Waite in the stands, Brad Scott in the box. It was a pretty special moment.
Yeah, lots of highlights. One low light for me, though, guys, was Ben Jacobs' concussion struggles. So a really big shame for him. He's probably one of the best tags or run-with players in the competition, but didn't play after round 16. Was named a couple of times, would then have more symptoms during the week and just be unable to take the field. So, look, he's out of contract. He's pretty confident of getting a new deal. Hopefully we can see him back next year because he's an important piece of that midfield.
Yep, my low light is a highlight and a low light. Ben Brown was really, really good for most of the year. Just narrowly missed out on a Coleman medal, as he did last year as well. But his kicking let him down at times. This game against Richmond, you can see the scores and the time on the clock. They were uncharacteristic misses for him at this stage of his career, and he had a few moments like this after that as well. He just wasn't quite nailing them late in the piece.
Should he have been an All-Australian, do you think, Lloyd? He missed out a couple of years now, only a couple of goals off the Coleman medal.
I think they got it right. Franklin and Revolt ahead of him. His last month, to me, he looked a bit sluggish, so if he wasn't marking it here, really slow below his knees. So I think he's got to work on his agility a little bit over the break as well.
Yep. OK, time to mark them out of 10 for what they did in 2018.
6 for mine. I thought there was a bad loss late in the year. I think it was to the Bulldogs.
I think you're a bit harsh there, Lloyd. I'm going 7.
Yeah, I've gone 7 too, Cal. Expectations were almost 0, were they? And they beat Essendon and Adelaide and Port Adelaide on the ladder, and I think that's a pretty good result. Who cleaned up?
So obviously Damo got the easy one here with Shaun Higgins. He was a standout for them. What a player he is. They've lacked this, a Rolls-Royce midfielder, and that's what they've got in Shaun Higgins. He just went to a new level. All-Australian. I'd love to see him finish top 5 in the Brownlow. That's how good he's been. And it's one of the reasons they were so competitive, seeing players like Higgins doing
the second best and fairest in a row as well. People talk about the players that they missed out on, but he's one that they've got and been a real win. So he's an excellent one. For me, it's been Jack Zeeble. I like the move of him up forward. He's kicked 35 goals this year, 29 points. So if he could have kicked a little bit straight, he could have kicked 40 goals. And I like the fact he played permanently forward. Just a powerful option down there. Obviously, not the midfield that maybe the Roos thought they were getting originally through the draft.
He doesn't have the tank, does he, for the absolute modern game? Is it to be a constant midfielder, does he?
No, he doesn't. He's never going to get that. But his power and strength up forward and marking ability, he can kick the footy a long way too. So a pretty good season for the captain there. Jack Zeeble, and hopefully next year he can kick a little bit straighter and get that 40-plus goals.
Yeah, he needs to get to 40, doesn't he? If he's going to play permanent forward, he needs to get to 40. A lot of people, as always, with teams that fail to make the 8 are under pressure. Scott Thompson looks likely that now, as we speak, that he'll go around again. I really like what he's done over his now long career. It's been a really good career, but he's just going to need some help, isn't he, I think, as 2019 unfolds, should he stay?
I wish we saw a little bit more of Ben Mackay this year. He's played really good VFL footy and deserved a bit more opportunity, I think. So maybe that spot next year is Ben Mackay's and Scott Thompson's.
My player under pressure is Braden Pruce. He was all the rage in the pre-season. Was it this year or the year before?
Yeah, he's been all the rage for a couple of pre-seasons. Is he going to take the spot?
And that's a tough thing for ruckman. If you're not the number one, where else can you play? And would another club take Braden Pruce, you think, at this stage?
Melbourne's interested in him, so that would be an interesting move for him to go to, though. But given Max Gorman is sort of behind there, and you'd think that Todd Goldstein's career is probably closer to the end than Max's. But look, he's a player in demand because ruckman, as we know, are hard to find.
Lloydie, where was the laugh for North Melbourne in 2018?
Well, the laugh came at the footy in the grandstands with these North supporters, and just sometimes your father, you've got to look after your dad, and this father's just lost the plot. He's a North man, I'm not sure what he's trying to do there, but that little fella there, he's just saying, Dad, do not embarrass yourself. It's Father's Day, the weekend's just gone, settle yourself down, and they had a happy moment there at the end. So I love that from the North fan.
Little kid will be wrapped, he's brought that up again.
Lots of areas for improvement for Brad Scott as he goes through what happened in 2018. Mason Wood, he just constantly teases, I think, the competition. He certainly teases me as an observer. I just think he needs to finally get a consistent season behind him, because we know his talents are prodigious, but we just don't see it on a weekly basis.
It's almost like injury, 3 goals, out of the side, injury, 3 goals. So, look, there's bits and pieces there. There's a lot to work with.
There was that game at the SCG, and he just kicked 5, I think it was, and you thought, how good is this bloke? But you're right, Damian, just doesn't do it enough.
They need a small forward, guys. They haven't had one kicking many goals since Boomer Harvey left. Look at the guys, I'll just go through some numbers. Rovac kicked 7, Simpkin 12, Turner 8, Atlee 16. 43 in total between their 4 smaller types. That's not enough. Yeah, spot on. And for mine, it's is their class players. Off the back of Higgins, it sounds like they're going to get their wish with Pollock and maybe Gaff. So, guys, you can just tell us, Gaff, what's going to happen there?
Yeah, look, he's still, as we speak, wading through the family situation he's got with his dad, who's still sick, and the clubs are after him. North, I think, leading the way. Should he choose to leave West Coast, respectful of that period in time for him at the moment.
It does seem like West Coast or North, though, doesn't it?
It does to me. As we
would be massive if they can pull off Pollock and Gaff. Well, suddenly. They might finish higher than we thought.
Well, will they finish higher than what you have predicted here, Lloydie, if they do get both those players? What are you saying for next year?
Well, I'm factoring in that they finish 9 to 11 with Pollock in the team, not expecting them to get Gaff.
Yeah, me too. 9 to 11.
Yeah, I've got them 9 to 11 too. I think there is a ceiling to what they are capable of, but I may reassess that if they get both those big names in. Lloydie, Cal, thank you. And that's the wash-up for the Kangaroos in 2018.